Hey everyone, how y'all doing? Welcome back to the channel, B-Rock here. So today we're going to look at the Analogman Prince of Tone. It's a pretty good pedal. It's supposed to be half of the King of Tone by Analogman. As you all know, there's a very long waiting list for this particular pedal. It's an overdrive dual function pedal, and I've played them in the past. They're very, very good. The transparent would be the word that comes to mind. Takes some getting used to if you're not used to playing very truly transparent overdrive. It does take a minute to get the feel under your fingers. Having said that, you know, like I said, the Prince of Tone is half of the King of Tone. So I have a tube screamer set up to run into it, and I also have a full tone fat boost after it in the chain. So the chain goes tube screamer, Prince of Tone, and full tone fat boost. We'll start with just the Prince of Tone. I'm using currently I'm playing the Gibson SG Special that I have here, going through a Fender Custom 68 Deluxe Reverb, and I'll give you the bypassed sounds here. I'm going to start on the bridge pickup. All knobs are at 10. The amp is set pretty normal. I'm going into the vintage channel, and I have the volume set at 2 as I am in my home. Don't want to get too loud. Treble is at 5, bass is at 3, and then obviously the reverb, I have a little bit of reverb at 3. I should also mention that I do have the Line 6 HX Stomp in line on my board. And it is only giving us a bit of, a little bit of delay, analog, kind of delay. That's it. So let's get to playing. I'll stop talking here and let you guys hear the Analogman Prince of Tone. So here, bridge pickup. Middle pickup, or middle. And neck. Okay, so going back down to the bridge. Here is the Prince of Tone. Now the Prince of Tone has 3 toggles on it. You have your overdrive, you have your boost, and you have your distortion. Right now we're in the overdrive setting. The volume is just past noon. The overdrive is at, I would say, 3 o'clock. So it's pretty high. And then the tone knob is, I would say, 11 o'clock, just a hair back. So there are trim pots inside the pedal. They're all set to factory spec at current. So back to the sound. Middle position. And neck position. to leave the settings the same on the Prince of Tone, and I'm going to kick on the full drive fat boost. Now, this is a great pedal. Flies under the radar. I don't think people really knew how to use them correctly. In this instance, this works great for boosting overdrive pedals. Volume set at noon. I'm on the 3rd detent for the drive, and the tone knob is left alone. Alright, so that's bridge. Here's middle. Now we go to neck. Alright, so I'm going to turn the fat boost off. We're going to go back to the Prince of Tone. Bridge pickup. Alright, now I want to add the Ibanez turbo tube screamer. I'm on the first mode up from the TS9, and everything except the drive is off. Volumes at noon, tones at noon. So the turbo tube screamer is pummeling the King of Tone, or Prince of Tone, pardon me. Okay, so we're going to skip some of the pickup selections. We're going to go back to the Prince of Tone. Remind you of what that clean sound is. It almost sounds like I'm not at unity with that. I'm not. That's better. So now we're going to play with the toggle on the Prince of Tone. I'm going to stick it down in the distortion position. Now, Analogman, I heard him say in a spot on that pedal show that he thought that this was the best sounding distortion that he's come across for the King of Tone / Prince of Tone. He said that this particular updated circuit that you find in the Prince of Tone is better, in his opinion, than the King of Tone. So this is the distortion circuit, and I'm on the bridge pickup. So it's choppier, it's clearer. Still retains some of the warmth. drive is still set at 3 o'clock. I'm going to max it out. We'll see how much drive we can get. So a bit noisier, keep in mind, I do have the P90s and I got lights all around me. So let's listen to this. Pickup, back to the bridge. Neck pickup, middle position. So that gets pretty dirty, All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to roll the drive back on the Prince of Tone, leave it in the distortion mode, and I'm going to put the tube screamer into it now, see how it reacts. So we're going back, and I'm going to go back. I went back to 2 o'clock with the gain, just to see, you know, how, because I don't want to make it fuzzy, you know, we don't want to fuzz everything out. So bridge pickup, Prince of Tone, distortion mode, and gain now is at 2 o'clock. Sounds like give it just a tad more. Just a little bit, still just past 2. Now the pedal does respond to volume. Okay, so now I'm going to hit it with the tube screamer, back on the bridge. I'm going to give the Prince of Tone a little bit more gain. Gain, but it sounds more like, I want to turn the tube screamer off, it sounds more to my ear like maybe a low gain, like an ambient pushed, and then pushing it more with the tube screamer. Not a ton of gain, but a good blues tone. Good note definition. Really changes. I'll go to the middle position, and you know, I lighten up on my pick attack, get my clean sound. it's really like an amp push to the max on the edge of breakup. Keep in mind we're going through the 68 Fender Custom Deluxe Reverb. That's a mouthful. 68 Custom Deluxe Reverb. That's what it is. So here's the bypass tone. And the amp is nowhere near breakup. Kick on the Prince of Tone. It does give it a lower mid-range, like a pillowy sound. Yeah, I really like that. It almost just changes the way the EQ is set, more like a plexi-ish kind of sound. But to get this sound with the plexi, even the 20-watt studio ones, which I have one coming, so stay tuned. You'd have to have it pretty loud to get any substantial gain. Now I'm wondering, because we had a lot of gain earlier, I'm wondering why there's so little at this point. So let me keep turning the gain knob. You all can see my big old head. All right, so now I'm at about 4 o'clock on the gain. Let's try the tube screamer now with this amount of gain. Tube screamer. I'm going to try something different. I'm going to max out the gain on the Prince of Tone. I'm going to go back to the TS9 mode, so the normal tube screamer mode. Gain maxed out. Back to the normal tube screamer mode, so back to clean. Here's clean. Here's the TS10 tube screamer, or TS9DX. Hear that honky mid-range, kind of nasally. Clean. Prince of Tone. Now keep in mind that's Prince of Tone's full amount of gain. Now we got the tube screamer. Pretty nasally. Now I'm going to kick on the fat boost. It's going to get loud. So the fat boost, so we had the King of Tone low mids, or I'm sorry, Prince of Tone low mids. We had the Tube Screamer pushing the highs through. It was kind of nasally. The two together weren't complete. You put the fat boost in, and boom, voila, you get that full frequency response. And this sounds like a Cranked Marshall. Now I'm going to kick the TS9 back into the first mode. They call it the plus mode. And that's a knob with detents in it as well. So let's see what that sounds So it's very loud, but that sounds very close to a cranked plexi. All right, so let's go back and look at some of the other features of the Prince of Tone. So I'm turning off the Tube Screamer, the fat boost. Prince of Tone is off. We're back to our clean channel, our clean amp. I should also mention that this is a bone stock Gibson SG special. No changed up pickups or parts of any kind. Could it use some help? Yeah, it could. But, you know, it's a really good rocker. It's a rock machine, you know. It's the intonation is close enough. You know what I mean? Not quite there. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the boost mode. I'm going to bring I brought the gain knob back to noon. I switched it into the boost mode. Now I still have the volume set. To my knowledge, the boost mode gets louder, so I don't know if it's still set to unity. We'll find out in a minute. So here we are, no pedal. Pedal. Now to me that already sounds a bit more like a Tube Screamer. Change the alright, so now I'm at the TS9DX Turbo Tube Screamer. Prince of Tone. Yeah, much fuller. That's a great boost. That is a fantastic sound. I can see right away why guys are really into this, because it gives a great deal more weight to each note. Yeah, that's nice. That's real nice. I'm going to bring the volume back a little bit. We'll crank that gain knob and see what we get. I'm going into the vintage channel of the amp. So the volume is not set to a point on this amp where we should expect any natural breakup. It's volume. It's got bedroom volume. I can speak at the volume of the guitar. Guitar might be a smidge louder than my voice. So here we go, bringing that back. I put the gain knob at noon, and the volume is just under noon, and the tone knob I have not touched. Go back to the bypassed sound. Pedal on. There's some grit there. It's a really nice sound. It's very enjoyable to play. It's very easy on the fingers. Now I'm going to max the volume. I'm going to max the gain out on the boost section. All right, so I can definitely tell it's getting a bit loud. I'm going down to the bridge pickup, and I'm expecting this to be a tad harsh due to the guitar. So we'll see. That sounds fantastic. That might be my favorite setting. Now for funsies, let's kick it in the teeth with the tube screamer. No good, no good. I'm gonna go to the plus mode. It brings back a lot of that bottom end. That sounds fantastic. Neck pickup. Bridge pickup. but fantastic sound. And that was in the boost mode. So I hadn't really messed with that till this point. I'm extremely impressed. Now granted, that was the Tube Screamer, the Ibanez TS9DX, going into the Analogman Prince of Tone in the, and what do they call it? The boost, sorry. It's in the boost setting. That's the middle setting of the toggle. With the drive maxed out, the volume is just shy of 12 o'clock. And the tone is at 11 o'clock. So that's a really good sound. There's no need to kick in a fat boost on that one because the Prince of Tone is really pushing up all those frequencies. So let's go back to, we're just going to focus now just on the Prince of Tone. We're going to leave the toggle, or I'm sorry, excuse me. I'm going to leave the drive maxed out. I'm going to leave the volume in the same place. So you will hear volume drop, but we're just going to listen to the differences between each setting, each toggle position. So we're only going to use the bridge pickup. All right, so simple A chords will suffice. So here we are in the overdrive setting. It's much more compressed, much quieter. I can see right away why the King of Tone would really be great for a lot of people, because you have these two options on separate foot switches, and I can tell right away this overdrive going into that boost function. Whoo, that would sound amazing. So that was the OD section. Back to the boost. Going to the distortion section. I think this is actually the most compressed. Yeah. The distortion sounds great on this. I'm going to do something real quick. I know this wasn't going to be part of the video initially, but I would like to compare the distortion setting of this Prince of Tone to my old faithful OCD. So they sound similar. So let's check that out. So I brought the volume up. Tone is still in the same spot. Drive is maxed out. Keep that in mind. No, not even close. Not the same thing. Just listen to the bottom end response. That's the OCD. Back to the Prince of Tone. funsies, since I think I'm not going to be limited to the length on this particular video, we're going to compare maybe the sound of that to the Wampler Sovereign. A lot more gain on the Sovereign. It's, I think, the best distortion box for high gain that's out there right now. It cleans up amazing. The best way to describe the way the Wampler Sovereign cleans up is if any of you out there know how a good fuzz pedal cleans up. That's how the Sovereign cleans up. Doesn't feel like a fuzz pedal under your fingers, and you guys that know fuzz know what I mean. Let's get my volume on 7. So that's the Wampler. Here's the Prince of Tone. Yeah, the Prince of Tone definitely has, it's got a different mid-range character, which I suspect will be really good live. Put a little bit of mid-range back in the Sovereign, see if we can get closer. Took some of the top out as well. Roll my volume all the way back up. Oh, nope. I'll roll the gain down. So it took the boost off. That's going to need a lot more high end. Here's the Sovereign. Yeah, so the Wampler is more full frequency, absolutely. So not anywhere near the same. But that was a look at the Analogman Prince of Tone. I thank you for stopping by, everyone. I really appreciate your time. Remember to like, subscribe, share around, be kind to your neighbors, and love your family. Stay safe. We'll see you next time. Thanks.